Central Virginia's longest-running high school academic quiz show. Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan. And now, host Cheryl Miller.
Hello and good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here for Battle of the Brains. I'm Cheryl Miller. We're excited to be able to bring you a brand new season of Battle. And as with a lot of things these days, we have had to make some changes to the way our academic challenge is played due to the pandemic situation. Our competition still welcomes teams from schools all across the Commonwealth of Virginia. Joining us remotely, today's teams are the Cavaliers of Princess Anne High School, coached by Judy Pekowski and Jason Tomek. Princess Anne High School is the oldest secondary school in Virginia Beach. It's also home to an international baccalaureate program. Also with us remotely today, the Green Dragons of Richmond's Maggie Walker Governor School, coached by Adam Rochke. Maggie L. Walker Governor School for Government and International Studies is a public regional magnet high school in Richmond, drawing students from 13 jurisdictions. It's been recognized by Newsweek as one of the most elite public schools in America. And it is good to have all of these students here with us remotely today. Now, because we can't all be together, here's how our game has changed. We will have toss-up rounds. The questions will be directed to each student. We'll alternate between the teams. And there will be no point deduction for incorrect answers. All right, teams, good to have you here with us. Let's start our first toss-up round. Our first question goes to the team from Princess Anne High School. And Austin, you get the first question. Who was the philosopher and mathematician who developed the well-known theorem involving right triangles, a squared plus b squared equals c squared?
Pythagoras.
That is correct. All right, Maggie Walker, Quinn, what two words represent the answer to the following riddle? What's blue or black or even straw to hide from view to inter by law? That would be berry and berry, like blueberry, blackberry, strawberry, and then to bury, interring by law. All right, back to Princess Anne and Lalitha. Stretching from the Mojave Desert to the Cascades, these mountains run along the eastern border of California. Identify this range whose name incorporates that of a U.S. state.
Sierra Nevadas.
That is correct. Maggie Walker, Sonia. In physics, this theory is based on a principle that matter and energy have properties of both particles and waves. Name this theory developed by Max Planck in 1900.
Relativity.
That would be quantum theory. All right, Princess Anne, Shannon. On what island is the city of Honolulu located?
Oahu.
That is correct. Maggie Walker, Dennis. Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell, and Eddie Vedder were the lead singers in bands that pioneered what 1990s musical genre that destroyed hair metal?
Heavy metal.
No, it actually would be grunge music. All right, Princess Anne, Jameson. Remoulade is a French word for a spicy sauce usually served cold. Spell remoulade.
Reneelade.
It is Remoulade, remoulade. All right, Maggie Walker and Samantha. Which NBA franchise is named for a type of music?
The LA Blues.
That would be the Utah Jazz. All right, Princess Anne, Austin. What is the name given to a shoulder ornament, especially a fringed strap worn on military uniforms? It's called an epaulette. All right, Maggie Walker, Quinn. Recep Erdogan is the president of which transcontinental country?
Turkey.
Turkey is correct. Princess Anne, Lalitha. MTV's The Real World was a pioneer in what genre of television programming?
Reality TV.
Reality TV is correct. Sonia on the Maggie Walker team. According to the Bible, the traditional founder and head of the Jewish priesthood died at the age of 123. Who was this man, the brother of Miriam and Moses?
Methuselah?
That would be Aaron. Princess Anne, Shannon, you might need your pencil and paper for this one. What percent of 80 is 32?
40%.
40% is correct, yes. Maggie Walker, Dennis. She was the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. After her abduction by Hades, she became his wife and queen of the underworld for 6 months of the year. Name this Greek goddess of springtime.
Persephone.
Persephone is correct. Princess Anne Jameson. Hailing from San Francisco, name the Democratic Congresswoman who is the current Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives.
Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi is correct, yes. And that buzzer means the end of our first toss-up round. A good job by our teams. Coming up next, we'll meet today's players, and then they'll take on the category round here on the Battle of the Brains, so stay here.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan.
Here are the scores following the first toss-up round here on Battle of the Brains. Princess Anne High School with 60 points, Maggie Walker Governor School with 20 points. We'll get back to our match just ahead, but first we want to take a moment and introduce you to our players here on Battle of the Brains this morning. We'll start with our team from Princess Anne High School out of Virginia Beach. They are the Cavaliers. Our first team member is Austin Zhao. Austin is a sophomore. He enjoys soccer and playing violin. His naval JROTC commitment. He hopes to attend the Naval Academy and commission in the Navy. We wish you luck with that. Next up is Lalitha Iyer, who is a senior. She's the captain of the team from Princess Anne School. Her hobbies include running cross country. She enjoys reading, science, and dance, and would like to become an environmental or climate scientist. Next up is Shannon Dinneman, who is a senior. Her hobbies include knitting and reading. She likes to follow current events. She says one bucket list item is an ice cream tour around the country with her family. That sounds delicious. And Jameson Paul wraps up our team from Princess Anne High School. He is a junior whose interests include surfing and snowboarding. He also plays guitar and likes collecting vinyl records. That is our team from Princess Anne High School. Good to have you here with us today on Battle of the Brains. Now let's meet our other team. They are from the Maggie L. Walker Governor School here in Richmond. They are the Green Dragons. First up is Quinn Cast. Quinn is a junior who enjoys fencing and being part of the school's robotics team. He hopes to become a teacher at some point. Next up is Sonia Stacia, who is a senior. She is the captain for the Maggie Walker team. In her free time, she enjoys reading and hiking and plays field hockey and hopes to study international relations and political science. Next up is Dennis Plotnikoff, who is a senior. In his free time, he says he likes to over-engineer things in the video game Minecraft, and he does like to program as well. Would like to study computer science and physics. And wrapping up the team is Samantha Fiddler, who is a senior. In her free time, she enjoys fencing. She's a musician. She plays guitar and likes to explore different flavors of coffee beans and hopes to study history and pursue a career in law. That is our team from the Maggie Walker Governor School. Good to have you all here with us as well, virtually. Now, it's time for our category round, where each team will select one 10-question category from today's choices. If a team gets all of its questions correct in the allotted time, they'll receive a 20-point bonus. Teams, here are today's categories from which you may choose. They are abbreviations and their meanings, begins with B, and colors. And we do note that in this round, only the captains can officially answer for the team, though they may confer with their teammates to try to come up with the correct answers. Our high score team gets first choice of category. That is the team from Princess Anne. And Lalitha, if you would quickly talk it over with your teammates and let me know what category you'd like.
Do you guys have a particular preference?
Not really.
What, Shannon?
Not especially. I mean, I guess.
Austin, were you trying to say something?
I don't really care.
How do we feel about begins with B?
The begins with the letter was pretty easy in the practice packet.
Yeah, okay. We'll be doing begins with B. Thank you.
All right. Identify the following that all begin with the letter B. The first is town where Jesus was born.
Bethlehem.
Our final answer is Bethlehem.
Correct. European Sea bordered by Scandinavian countries.
This is the Baltic Sea.
Okay, our final answer is the Baltic Sea.
Correct. First president chronologically whose last name fits this category.
Oh, there's
Adams, Jefferson.
Buchanan.
Our final answer is Buchanan. James
Correct.
Buchanan.
The 15th president, James Buchanan. Flat teeth used to grind food.
Do Do we have any?
Molars to humans.
Okay, buck teeth.
Buck teeth.
Those would
Okay, buck teeth.
Buck teeth.
those
Fine
would
answer,
be
Becky.
your bicuspids.
Oh, yep.
U.S. city with a famous marathon.
Boston.
Boston. Our final answer is Boston.
Correct. Roman name for the god of wine.
Baka.
Bacchus. Our final answer is Bacchus.
Correct. U.S. Chief Justice from 1969 to 1986.
Our final answer is Burger.
Correct. Warren Earl Burger. Famous plague in the 1300s.
Bubonic.
Our final answer is bubonic.
Correct. German composer of Ode to Joy.
No,
Wait, no, it's Beethoven.
Beethoven. Our final answer is Beethoven.
Correct. And finally, the only liquid non-metal element.
Bromine.
Our final answer is bromine.
And that is correct. Good job on that category round by Princess Anne High School. All right, Maggie Walker Governor's School, your category will either be abbreviations and their meanings or colors. Sonia, please talk it over quickly with your teammates and let me know what category you'd like to play.
Okay, guys.
Abbreviations? Colors? That's fine. Colors is fine.
Sam, what do you say?
Either one.
Okay, we would like to do colors.
All right, from the clues given, identify the specific color. The unique color of the University of Boise State's football field.
Blue?
Okay, our final answer is blue.
Blue is correct. Color of the rain in the title of a Prince song.
Purple, right? Our final answer is purple.
Correct. Color that shares its name with underwater polyps.
Coral? Coral.
Our final answer is coral.
That is correct, or any color of the spectrum would have been acceptable. The most popular color of automobiles.
White?
White sounds right. Our final answer is white.
That is correct. Colors of Apollo Creed's boxing trunks in the movie Rocky.
Red, right?
Red.
Our final answer is red.
Multiple colors.
Red, white,
Red, white, and blue.
That is correct. Color denoting sadness.
Blue.
Blue.
Correct. Color denoting cowardice.
Green.
Sure.
No,
White,
is it
maybe?
yellow? Is it
Yellow, probably. Yellow, probably.
Yellow. Our final answer is yellow.
Yellow is correct. Name associated with Edward Teach.
Oh, a Blackbeard.
Our final answer is black.
Blackbeard.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's fine.
The name of an Ivy League school that fits this category.
Brown. Our final answer is brown.
Correct. And we will not get to the final question because it was end of time. But good job by both of our schools in the category round, both getting 9 each. Up next, we'll have another toss-up round here on Battle of the Brains.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan.
And here are the scores following the category round here on Battle of the Brains. Princess Anne High School with 105 points, Maggie Walker Governor's School with 65 points. And now it's back to Battle of the Brains and another toss-up round. And again, this season, questions are directed to individual players, alternating between teams and no point deductions for any incorrect answers. We're going to start this round with Maggie Walker Governor's School. The first question goes to Samantha. Partially filmed in Virginia, this 1987 movie contained the famous line, "Nobody puts baby in a corner." Name this movie starring the late Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey.
Dirty Dancing.
That is correct. All right, Princess Anne, Austin. What standout Virginia Tech quarterback is now the starting quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers? That would be Tyrod Taylor. All right, Maggie Walker and Quinn. It is the Japanese word meaning empty orchestra. What word is used to designate a stereo and video machine that provides words and music to sing to?
Karaoke.
That is correct. All right, Princess Anne, Lalitha. The griffin is a mythical creature made up of what 2 animals?
A bird and or
It would be an eagle and a lion. Maggie Walker Governor's School, Sonia. What is the Old Testament symbol of evil in the form of a sea monster that has the same name as a treatise by Thomas Hobbes?
Leviathan.
That is correct. Princess Anne, Shannon. What former U.S. president, graduate of the U.S. Naval Academy, and current Sunday school teacher had a best-selling book on religion and politics called Our Endangered Values?
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter is correct. All right, over to Maggie Walker and Dennis. What August 2020 tropical storm caused widespread damage in southeastern Virginia?
Laura?
That would be Isaias. All right, Princess Anne, Jameson. The Nazi Schutzstaffel, initially a bodyguard to protect party leaders, developed into what greatly feared fascist military organization?
The Gestapo.
That would be the SS or the Waffen SS. Maggie Walker, Samantha. Pro Football Hall of Fame members Darryl Green and Art Monk played together for what NFL team that recently took on this moniker until it can come up with a new name?
The Washington football team.
That is correct. Princess Anne, Austin. Name the 1765 act taxing contracts, permits, and newspapers, which prompted the drafting of a legislative declaration of rights and grievances by the English colonies in America.
Would it be the Stamp Act?
That is correct, of 1765. Maggie Walker and Quinn. On the shore of Lake Erie, in what city and state is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame located?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio is correct. Princess Anne, Lalitha. The statue at the Marine Corps War Memorial in Arlington, Virginia depicts 6 people raising an American flag during which World War II battle?
Battle of Okinawa.
That would be the Battle of Iwo Jima. Maggie Walker School, Sonia. Superconductivity and superfluidity occur as matter nears this point. Name this lowest theoretical temperature.
Absolute zero.
That is correct. Princess Anne, Shannon. Kim Yo-jong is the sister of what dictator who rules a so-called hermit kingdom?
Kim Jong.
Repeat.
North Korea. Kim Jong-un.
That is correct, yes. And over to Maggie Walker and Dennis. Andrew was the first what type of person to be called upon by Jesus Christ?
Apostle?
That would be a disciple. And that buzzer means the end of this round and one more toss-up round to go, and we'll have today's winner here on Battle of the Brains.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan.
Here are the scores as we head into the final round this morning on Battle of the Brains. Princess Anne High School with 135 points. Maggie L. Walker Governor School with 125 points. And in this final toss-up round, the point score for a correct answer is now doubled. There is no deduction for an incorrect answer. And again, in this virtual version of Battle of the Brains, we will direct questions to individual students, and we're alternating between the teams. All right, let's get underway with our final toss-up round. We're going to start with Princess Anne High School. The first question comes to you, Jameson. What is the well-known aphorism described by this? Exclusive dedication to necessitous chores without interludes of hedonistic diversion renders Jack a hebetudinous fellow. And that would be all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Maggie Walker and Samantha. The New England Patriots have won 6 Super Bowls, all under what head coach?
Johnson.
That would be Bill Belichick. Princess Anne and Austin. In the original Scooby-Doo cartoons, who is the orange ascot-wearing driver of the Mystery Machine? That would be Fred Jones. Maggie Walker and Quinn. This term is used to describe a form of audio blogging that uses digital technology, kind of a new twist on radio talk shows that allows users to download content to a personal listening device.
Cast.
Repeat for me, please.
A podcast.
Podcast is correct. All right, Princess Anne, Lalitha. She portrayed Galadriel in The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, Hela, the goddess of death, in Thor Ragnarok. Name this two-time Academy Award-winning actress.
Natalie Portman.
That would be Kate Blanchett. Maggie Walker, Sonia. Known for their cookies, what organization for young schoolgirls was founded in 1912 in Savannah, Georgia by Juliette Gordon Lowe?
The Girl Scouts.
That is correct. Princess Anne, Shannon. There are many lighthouses in North Carolina's Outer Banks. Bodie Island is one. Name any other.
Cape Henry Lighthouse.
Repeat for me, please.
The Cape Henry Lighthouse.
That is incorrect. We would have accepted Cape Hatteras, Corolla, Currituck Beach, Ocracoke Island, or Roanoke Marshes. Maggie Walker, Dennis. 15 of the 19 hijackers on 9/11 were citizens of which country, where Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is their current heir apparent?
I don't remember this. Iraq.
It would be Saudi Arabia. Princess Anne, Jameson. Moral nihilism asserts that there is no moral right and wrong. Spell nihilism.
Maoism. Maoism.
It is Nihilism. Nihilism. Maggie Walker, Samantha. Name the measure of resistance to flow that is high for Heinz ketchup and low for kerosene.
Viscosity.
Viscosity is correct. Princess Anne, Austin. Name the measure of resistance to flow that is, what actor portrayed James Bond in the 7 films between those starring Sean Connery and Pierce Brosnan? And that would be Roger Moore. Maggie Walker, Quinn. Due to concerns about COVID-19 here in the United States, what 19-time male tennis Grand Slam champion opted out of the 2020 U.S. Open?
Djokovic.
That would be Rafael Nadal. Princess Anne, Lalitha. What double reed instrument of the oboe family is also known by its French name of cor anglais?
The clarinet.
That would be the English horn. Maggie Walker, Sonia. I will not get to that question. That buzzer is the end of our match. And while our judges double check the final score, we do want to remind you how to stay connected with Battle of the Brains. To find out more about our show, all you have to do is log on to battleofthebrains.net. You'll also find Battle of the Brains on Facebook and full episodes of the show on our YouTube page. And as we continue round 1 of our new season of Battle of the Brains, join us next week when we virtually welcome teams from Midlothian High School in Chesterfield County and the Isle of Wight Academy. And now here is the final score for today's match, determining which team will continue on in this season's competition. With a final score of 135 points, Princess Anne High School, thank you for playing along with us today. Good job today by Austin, Lalitha, Shannon, and Jameson. With a final score of 185 points, the team from Maggie Walker Governor School will go on to round 2 this season. Great job by Quinn, Sonia, Dennis, and Samantha. And we will see you all soon. Thanks for playing with us today. I'm Cheryl Miller. Thank you for watching and playing along here on Battle of the Brains. We'll see you back here next Saturday morning. Great job, teams.
Battle of the Brains, presented by Virginia 529 College Savings Plan.